What's up, Taiwan? How's it going? I'm Erika Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Household budgets across Taiwan are feeling the pinch. With inflation climbing, the costs of everything from food to transport to housing are continuing to go up. But as Jean Van Trieste reports, there are signs this upward trend could soon be stabilizing.
They're rich, juicy, and steamed to perfection, and they're about to get a bit pricier. Xiaolongbao, or soup dumplings, form the backbone of the menu at restaurant Din Tai Fung, an ambassador of Taiwanese cuisine to the world. But inflation in Taiwan is on the rise, and it's products such as these that are slated for a price hike. The Government Statistics Office says food prices went up by almost 6% between January and October. Spiraling costs for basic ingredients are leaving their mark across the food service industry.
面粉的话，相对去年来说，它有涨到40%；鸡蛋的话，大约40%。老板是希望说可以回馈给消费者，目前的话都自行吸收。
Other sectors are also likely to see prices go up. Taipei area taxi drivers are demanding meters start at 90 NT dollars, up from the current 70. That's an increase of around 64 US cents. The demand comes amid a pandemic-driven wage crunch, which has caused cab drivers' average monthly income to fall below minimum wage. Housing prices in Taiwan cities are soaring too, even in places like Hsinchu, once seen as a more affordable urban area.
新竹县是在这几年可以说是就是全台房价涨最快的区域之一，当然就是这个科技业的带动的效果，很多这个区域的价格呢，它新案开价甚至是7、8字头，已经超越了新北市很多这个主要的蛋黄区。高雄市的发展呢，跟这个新竹一带有点像，大型企业要去设厂，带动了整体的这个话题以及购买量。先前供料上涨的关系，所以这个新案的价格逐渐的攀高。
Gordon Sun from the Taiwan Institute of Economic Research says drivers of inflation include the war in Ukraine and Chinese production lines shutting down due to mass COVID-19 lockdowns. But he says inflation in Taiwan is far milder than in the West, Japan, or China, especially when it comes to oil prices.
Our government do some good job, such as we reduce the import energy tax. So even the global oil price goes up when our government reduce the import tax, so the inflation rate can maintain stable.
Sun says food prices have been harder to control, but he believes Taiwan's government will not need to change its current policies to adjust to the rising costs. Sun sees inflation slowing as oil rates fall and China eases lockdown rules. Weaker economies around the globe also mean that prices can't continue to increase indefinitely.
Maybe to 2023, the first half, the global inflation rate will go down more. You can see that U.S. and China, their inflation rate is go down. When global CPI inflation rate go down, Taiwan situation will be better for 2023.
If this prediction is correct, it could mean that some sweet relief for Taiwan's consumers is just around the corner. Klein Wang and John Van Trieste for Taiwan Plus.
Photojournalist Zhang Qianqi has won in 2 categories of Taiwan's prestigious Excellent Journalism Awards. Zhang's coverage of war-torn Ukraine won the Photo Series Award. He has traveled to the dangerous front lines of the war 4 times since Russia invaded in February. Zhang's work was also recognized with a Special Contribution Award based on his career as a photojournalist. He is best known for his coverage of a Taiwanese temple's unconventional methods to treat psychiatric patients. The Taiwanese photographer is one of only 2 Asian members of the world's most prestigious photographic cooperative, Magnum Photos. Volunteers in Taidong County on Taiwan's southeast coast have removed nearly 6 tons of garbage from the sea and beaches this year so far. Bottles, cans, masks, and discarded fish nets are among the most common types of trash they have found. Based on the labeling, some of the garbage appears to have floated in on the ocean currents from neighboring countries. The county government says this year's haul is much smaller than the 8.5 tons removed in 2021, as COVID-19 restrictions kept away many of the volunteers who had helped out last year. Taipei Zoo says its giant panda Tuantuan is recovering well and his appetite is getting better. There were fears for the panda's future last month as his health deteriorated after he was diagnosed with a brain lesion in September. Zookeepers now say Tuantuan's condition has been stabilizing and he's eating much more, though he's not yet well enough for visitors to see him. The zoo placed a board outside the panda enclosure at the end of October for guests to write messages to Tuantuan. In just a few weeks, it's racked up hundreds of well wishes. But now the zoo is moving the messages online. With a little more rest, Tuantuan can hopefully get back to greeting his guests in person. The Formosan rock macaque is Taiwan's only indigenous primate species. Some people keep these monkeys illegally as pets, though it can be extremely difficult for the animals to adjust to life outside their natural habitat. Leslie Liu met with one of only a handful of caretakers who are permitted to foster macaques to talk about the challenges of raising wild animals in captivity.
This is Mei Mei. She's a Formosan rock macaque. Though she now has a gentle disposition, this hasn't always been the case.
Wow.
Mei Mei's past is complicated. Her original owner got married and could no longer take care of her. So Mei Mei was sent to her owner's parents' house. But she couldn't get used to the change.
之后就是有逃脱的问题，应该就是另外的地方不习惯，才会逃脱的。
父母因为养在顶楼，然后他会去翻盆栽啊或推盆栽，然后造成他们一些困扰，所以父母也不愿意再帮他代养。
Cai Jialun is Mei Mei's current handler. He's one of only 7 registered caretakers in Taiwan who can legally look after macaques. Cai is good at what he does, as shown by his interactions with Mei Mei. He can openly reach for food inside the macaque's mouth, something that could cost a less experienced handler a finger. When Cai isn't around, Mei Mei eagerly looks for him. Cai's work is necessary to properly care for macaques like Mei Mei, which were raised as pets. The animals aren't meant to be kept in captivity, and their natural habitat is in the country's wilderness. But those which have been raised by humans would have difficulties adjusting to the wild. They now need seasoned caretakers who know how to handle macaques correctly and with the utmost protection. Like in most countries, it's illegal to catch and raise wild animals in Taiwan, but that doesn't stop people from trying.
动保团体他们历年来拿到的一些他们发现民众有饲养的一个状况，那我们总共151件就去做一个全面性的清查。猴子有很多人畜共通的传染疾病，包括肺结核、泡状病毒。
Animal protection authorities are now cracking down on illicit macaque raising. People who keep macaques as pets will have until the end of November to surrender their animals to the proper authorities. If they fail to do so, they'll be heavily fined. Even Cai, a person who's developed close bonds with macaques, thinks the ban is a good idea.
禁养令的话啦，我是赞同，因为像我们来说的话，我不一定要养猴子，我本身也是有养一些鸽子啊，或者是那个狗啊，这些都是可以。它让你人工饲养啦，繁殖了几百年之后，它们也是一样有野性。
Cai cares deeply for Mei Mei, but it's clear that he wants what's best for both her and her entire species. This means not raising the macaques in captivity, but allowing them to live freely in their natural environment. Andy Xue and Leslie Liu for Taiwan Plus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the Taiwan Plus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally today, we leave you with images from a performance in Taipei called The Dreamland of Mantra. This is part of a series from Taiwan's 2022 Tibetan Culture and Art Festival. I'm Erika Liu. Take care and see you next time.